There we go. Hey y'all, welcome to the first ever episode that's capped. This is not the first ever episode, now that I think about it. This is the first official episode of my podcast, Mya Unplugged. I'm so glad you guys came to hang out with your girl once again. And if this is your first time listening to my podcast, welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. But I have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, or you can listen to me on Spotify. You can follow me on there, or my other social media. I was about to say Spotify again, but Instagram, TikTok. I post, just different clips and extra stuff on there that you might like. But and also too, guys, I appreciate you guys supporting me thus far, and I'm excited to see how this podcast grows and how we grow together. Honestly, I'm feeling good today, guys. I hope y'all are feeling well, doing good. It's a beautiful day outside, and I'm just glad it's very temperate. It's not too cold, not too hot. It's just right for me, because I don't like it when it's extremely hot or if it's extremely cold. I'm not into all that. I just need it to be right there in the middle, and that doesn't happen too often. So I'm just glad and thankful that it feels good, because if you live in Houston, if you were in Houston last summer, you know good and well, you know how it got down last summer. It was absolutely, positively terrible. We couldn't even step outside. Okay, right when you stepped outside, it was sweat galore. It was terrible, and it was deathly hot. And for me personally, I love going outside. I love nature. That's actually part of the reason why my podcast is out here. It's because I love nature, and it's so peaceful and serene. Like, I kind of do get distracted. Like, y'all might see me look every which way, but it's just so breathtaking and beautiful. So I just have to look. But anyways, guys, today we're going to be talking about, why did I lose my train of thought? We're going to be talking about protecting your peace, guys. This is such, oh my gosh, this topic, guys, this is such a important topic to me. It's very near and dear to home. It's very close to home, simply because, like, let me tell y'all, when I thought about this topic, when it came to mind, when I was asking God, like, hey, could you help me out here? Because I really don't know what I want to talk about for my first episode. Please help me out here. A few days later, talked about peace. So here we are. But when it came to mind, I honestly became very frustrated immediately, because I thought about the times where I didn't protect my peace. I didn't protect my mental state. And I started cringing a bit too, because then all these scenarios, not necessarily scenarios, but all these situations popped up in my mind. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I don't want to talk about this. But let me tell y'all something. I came here to be upfront, be real, and just keep it 100 with y'all, because here on Mya Unplugged, that's what we do. We're going to be upfront, because I feel like that leaves room for growth and understanding, for us all. So, yeah. But anyways, I will say in the past, guys, and I literally just mean last year and the times before then, I was in, let's talk about relationships. So I feel as though protecting your peace is a very vital component when it comes to any type of relationship, whether it's platonic or if it's a romantic relationship, dating, marriage, the whole shebang. I've never been married before, so I'm not about to give advice on that, because y'all, I genuinely do not know, and I barely know about dating, okay? But anyway, I'm just here to talk about experiences and, whatever. But when it came to friendships and stuff in the past, let's talk about when I did not protect my peace, when I did not do what I was supposed to do. Okay, we're going to talk about that first. So I actually have some notes right here, because I like to journal. So if y'all see me, people on YouTube, if y'all see me looking over to the side, it's because I have my little notes here. You might hear there's a little ASMR for y'all. Do y'all like ASMR? Yeah, anyways, another point. So some of the friendships that I've been in, we're not going to talk about people specifically, but we're just going to talk about different things that happen. I don't know why. When y'all hear this, y'all are going to be like, why did you stay in these friendships? Why did you stay in that type of relationship? I know it. Because honestly, I was thinking the same thing afterwards. After I ended it, we were thinking the same thing. I know. But anyways, so I've been in friendships where an individual will always throw shade, okay? But it was on the low. So like they would throw shade, they would say something and then try to cover it up like, oh girl, I'm just kidding with you. It's just a joke. That's just me being me, girl. You know, no. Like for example, oh my gosh, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but we here. So basically, there was, okay, honestly, I became a bad texter, if we're being for real. I know it, okay? And, but I feel like I've gotten better, honestly. But with that being said, there was a period last year where I actually got into a car accident with my mom and my sister. And we were rear-ended. And that honestly flipped our lives upside down, and my family's as well. Y'all, we almost died. It was a terrible time. And yeah, it was just very, very rough. We went through extensive physical therapy. It took forever. And the process actually is still not done. But I got cleared from physical therapy and then, you know, all the doctor's visits and stuff like that. Y'all, it was so much paperwork and everything else. I was sick and tired of it. To the point where I became sick and tired of being sick and tired. Anyway, but I say all that to say, there's a point in time during that process where, especially at the beginning, where I had to take these muscle relaxers. Now with muscle relaxers, they keep your muscles from being tight, okay? Because what happened was during the accident, I injured my back and my neck. So it was my whole back and then my neck. And I wasn't able to move my neck for a cool minute. And as y'all can see for my people on YouTube, I'm very animated. And that was very difficult for me. Like I was just stuck. And if I wanted to look to the right, I had to move my eyeballs and do the best I could. It was a really, really tough time, y'all. I'm so for real. But anyways, so yeah, I was on those muscle relaxers and I would sleep like 18 hours out of the day, y'all. Not consistently, but it was almost back to back. And that was the only way I was able to function for a minute. And so with that being said, I wasn't on my phone like, you know, I am now. I was not consistently on my phone. And some of my friends and my best friends, I know they understood that. Like there was no problem with that. But there were some people that I called friend that had a big problem with that, y'all. So there were some people that was like, dang, you can't text back, or not this girl not texting back. Like what's the, like they always had an issue with me not communicating. But it's like, y'all, I'm going through a tough time right now. I need you to be understanding and be patient with me, honestly. And so that honestly did not help my process. If I'm being honest, guys, it did not help at all, because I felt bad, because I felt as though folks thought I was just purposely ignoring them, even though I wasn't, guys. I was going through a rough time. Okay, I was not. I needed to separate myself as well, because my mental state wasn't the best then either. I needed to separate myself and be with my family, you know. Not to say I never got back to those people, but I'm just saying, like, don't expect me, even now, please do not expect me. If you text me, I'm most likely, I may not, okay, don't take this the wrong way, I may not text you back right then and there. Yeah, just being honest. Not just because I don't want to, but it's like, yo, I might be doing something. I might see your text and might be doing something, guys. Like, people, what we have to understand as a generation is that people are not obligated to talk to you. You don't have to talk to somebody. You don't. Just saying. Take that as you will. But then another thing I did not enjoy, I did not like in some of the friendships I had was when people would not get their way. Mya was the problem. I was the problem. I guess it was just easier for me to be blamed. And by the way, when I talk about these scenarios, I say friends, but it might have just been one person. y'all not gonna know. I'm not about to put anybody on blast. We just talking about scenarios, okay? So this person, yeah. So when they wouldn't get their way, I was the problem. So, or when bad things would occur. So like when I say bad, I don't mean like extremely bad, but I'm saying when somebody had an attitude, when this person had an attitude, or they felt as though when I felt as though they couldn't control their emotions, or like they would storm out the room, or when they wouldn't communicate correctly, it was my fault. How is that my fault? That's what I want to know. How is that my fault? And the conclusion I came to is that you can't hold yourself accountable. Because it's like saying, oh, I punched that man. I punched that person because of you. I did that. You made me do that. You made me do this. You made me. Like, no, that's not how things work. You chose to do that. So you need to hold yourself accountable. Don't blame it on somebody else. And, yeah, I just never understood that, even from a young age. Like, why are we blaming somebody else for our actions? Why are we blaming somebody for something that we said? You have control, believe it or not. You have control over what you say and what you do. Now, I get it. See, now the phrase, you made me do something, you made me do this, you made me do that, is different from you made me feel this way. That situation made me feel a certain way. And some people might disagree with me, and that's okay, but this is just my humble opinion. But anyway, I feel as though you made me feel this way is different, because our words are very powerful, and I get that. So like if somebody is extremely disrespectful, it's okay for you to feel upset about that situation, but it's not okay for you to like bop them in their face or punch them and be like, you made me do this. Because that's not how that works, guys. That's genuinely not how it works. And I feel as though a lot of people nowadays can't take accountability for their actions and things that they say because they want to blame it on somebody else. And at the end of the day, we need to act our age. We can't keep doing that, honestly, because I feel like I've done that before. It's not cute. Like, don't do that. Stop blaming other people for things that you have done. Take accountability. I get sick and tired of people blaming the world for things, blaming the world for things that they've done, for situations that they put themselves in. Stop blaming everybody else for it and stand up, stand on business, act your age, and take accountability. I could have protected my peace by ending that relationship when I saw like the first few red flags, instead of being like, oh, we all have our flaws. We all fall short. We all do this. We all do that. But I feel like there's no excuse to be an indecent human being, Yes, we all do things that we shouldn't do, but it really comes down to that person's heart. And you really never know. You never know what is in a person's heart for real, but you have an idea. And so I feel like I could have protected myself, period, just by ending that relationship. But let's talk about some more scenarios. So, but as I've gotten older, I know I say a lot, but y'all have to understand, like, y'all, I'm learning, I'm living and learning. So I'm getting older and I'm living and I'm learning, y'all. But, after taking psychology, going to counseling, talking more and more with my family, and just learning from my parents too, and then also growing closer to God. So after taking psychology, guys, I feel like everybody should take psychology. If it's just general psychology or intro to psychology, guys, I feel like it opened my mind so much, guys, but we'll get into that at some other point. So after taking, psychology, growing closer to God, going to counseling, I'm still in counseling, and learning from my family and my parents and stuff, it's like, it's a no tolerance zone over here for Mya. It's a no tolerance zone because I feel like I've given some people too many chances. Even though I know the Lord gives us way too many chances. He gives us way more chances than he should, quite frankly. But But look, I'm a human being. And I feel as though I have my limits. We all have our limits at the end of the day. So after a certain point, I realized this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. So yeah, like I said, it's a no tolerance zone. And it's like I've learned from those situations. I'm like, okay, I know what to look for now. So there's a lot of things that I just simply don't tolerate anymore. I can't. I learned because that's self-love right there. If you do not protect yourself, just period, that's not self-love. You have to love yourself. I'm learning enough. You have to love yourself enough to protect your state of mind and protect yourself, just period. Not put yourself in any type of crazy, insane situation. Um, Shout out to my besties because they know they lit. Okay, so my friends, I have two best friends, guys, and yeah, two best friends that I'm very grateful for. Something that my parents have instilled, did I say it correctly? Instilled in my siblings and I, is that having a whole bunch of friends is usually not the way to go. When I was younger, I would always say, I want to have 100 friends. I want to have a whole bunch of friends. And that I did. Maya was in her popular girl era. She was enjoying it until she got to high school. That was not the move, to have a whole bunch of friends. There's so many personalities you're dealing with. There's so many people possibly being in your business. So many people. And I was talking about best friends, like having a whole bunch of best friends. Because a best friend to me is somebody that you can confide in, somebody that will love you endlessly. Like, the list can go on, guys. But yeah, having a whole bunch of friends, not it. Not it. It works for not many people, for being honest. If we're being real, it does not. And for me, I'm fine with having, acquaintances or people that I think are cool or that maybe I could call a friend, but having a whole bunch is not the move. It is not the move. That's just too much, y'all. So anyways, I could go deeper into that, but we're not doing that right now. My two best friends, they know exactly who they are. And with so we have one best friend. She, hopefully will be on the podcast in the near future. We'll see. But we've been friends for, I want to say, going on 5 years now. And it's felt like forever. That's my girl. But hold on. Shout out to her, guys. I'm surrounded by walking W's. I'm so proud of them. My this first bestie I'm talking about, she went off to college. It was her first year. Technically not her first year, because she got her she just did her biggest one. Like, I think she's in her junior year, but she just graduated high school. Walking W, I'm telling y'all right now. But anyways, I could have said that wrong, but that's okay. Y'all basically get the point. But yeah, she went off to college, and I was sad, honestly. But I'm so proud of her, guys, because she is a huge inspiration to me, and she's been doing her biggest one ever since I've known her. But anyways, I said all that to say, when she went to college, we stopped talking as often as we were used to, and that's simply because we were both in college, both very busy, so that's just honestly how it goes. Like, I was telling my little brother, we were talking about how as we are getting older, there I go again, your schedules start to become extremely hectic, and you may not have a lot of time, but it's nice to have those friends that understand that and are also in the same boat with you. You don't feel like you're by yourself. But yeah, with my friends, we're all in college, so it's nice. Like, we understand. There was never a point where we were like, are we friends anymore? Like, oh my gosh, like, she doesn't like me anymore. Oh my God. Because of our foundation that we've built. And I think foundation is extremely important when it comes to any type of relationship, because if you think about it, when you're building a house, you don't build the roof first. You don't put the roof on first. That's not even possible. You don't build the walls first. No, you build that foundation so things won't come a crashing down. And so that's the same thing with relationships. You build that healthy foundation, spend time with each other, chat, do whatever you need to do to build that foundation. So when life gets tough, when y'all get further in life in y'all's relationship, it's like things aren't shaky and rocky and stuff like that. Now, granted, nothing is perfect, but y'all get what I'm saying? And then we have my other best friend, pretty much the same thing, except she went to college here. And we talked fairly often, but we were extremely busy as well. She was very busy as well. So same thing, we didn't talk as often during the school year as we want to or hang out, but we're solid. Like, we've been friends for going on 14 years now, guys, this July. And we know what it is at this point, y'all. Like, we girls for life. Shout out to my girls. I love y'all. But my friends, they bring a lot of peace, And I thank God, because I'm like, man, you really put these people in my life, and I really appreciate it. It's just sometimes I get overwhelmed and like cry, honestly, because it's like, dang, God, you love me enough to put these people in my life. You gave me a great family. It's just like, it's mind-blowing, Yeah. Thank you, Lord. But then when it comes to, not platonic. We already talked about platonic relationships. When it comes to romantic relationships, I feel like foundation is extremely important as well, because of literally the same thing, like what I was just talking about. I've been in relationships where, not many, but I've been in relationships where the dudes, they wouldn't even do the bare minimum. Y'all, come on, y'all know what the bare minimum is. You can't do the bare minimum and you expect me to stick around? I think not. I'm moving around. And I don't mean moving around like, oh, I'm going guy to guy. No, I'm saying like, I'm not about to waste my time. I'm out of there. I'm gone. What do you mean? Don't take advantage, and don't just think that I'm going to just stick around because, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not here to waste time, baby, no. But I have been in positions where I was looking through rose-colored glasses, if you will. And with rose-colored glasses, you don't see red. So therefore, I was not seeing them red flags. Like, I was seeing them, but I was ignoring them. Because, like I said earlier, I love them so much, and we all fall short, blah, da, 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 da. But it's like, Mya, you don't have to put up with that bull. That bull. You don't have to put up with that bull. You don't. Nobody deserves that. Come on now. But the funny thing is, my sister, especially one of the relationships I was in, my sister would tell me, girl, no, what are you doing? And I would listen to her, but I'm like, let me just give him another chance. This time is going to be different. And was it different? Yeah, for a cool 2 weeks. Then boom, we back to it. It was quite ridiculous. But Mya grew. I grew, guys. Yeah. But thank God I'm in a very nice relationship right now. Shout out to my baby. Hey. Yeah. But it's nice because we built that foundation as well. And we started off as close friends. Somehow he turned into my boyfriend. But yeah, we went to the same college and we were friends. We weren't the closest of friends, but we went to the same college. And we built that relationship. But nothing is perfect, like I said. But I'm just thankful for him as well, because he brings a lot of peace to me too. So it's just nice. I know I kind of went in on the relationship aspect. But y'all, I'm so passionate about that because of the mistakes that I've made in the past. There was different avenues I wanted to go, but I think I just really need to talk about that and share that with you guys. In my notes, I have a few things that I feel as though will help with having a peaceful state of mind. And we talked about positive relationships and setting boundaries. And then another thing is self-care. I learned honestly, I already knew I needed me time, but I never really made myself a priority in that way because I was always busy, like especially last school year. No, not last school year. The one prior to that, I had school and basketball. And so I just was going. And I told my counselor, I'm like, girl, I want to feel afloat again. I feel like I'm drowning. I feel as though I am drowning and I can't stand it anymore. And so we talked about it, yada, yada, yada. She was like, girl, you need to take time for yourself. And honestly, I was like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll take time for myself, whatever. But I actually ended up trying it, and it was a very nice time. Like, guys, it was something simple as taking a nice Epsom salt bubble bath, watching Netflix, and relaxing. Literally, that took so much stress away. It was nice. It was a vibe. I journal a lot now. I go on walks, work out. I've always worked out, but I go on walks now more than ever. I started that during quarantine. And then, just take more time for yourself. I think that's very important and imperative, honestly. And then detoxing from social media, y'all. This is a very important one because, especially in our generation, we are on social media a lot. A lot. Every day on social media, me included. And I've taken a lot of breaks from social media because I just felt like it was very overwhelming because there's a lot going on social media. You have Instagram, Snapchat, which honestly, I'm surprised Snapchat is still kicking. But Instagram, Snapchat. I've had Snapchat since like 2017 or so. I used to have like 50 streaks. Why did I have 50 streaks? I barely even knew those people. Like I thought those were my friends. And I'm like, yeah, add me on Snapchat. And then all of a sudden we have streaks and stuff like that, y'all. That was not it. But that was a time though. Y'all remember that era. But I'm glad that ended, honestly, because that's too much. Like, you're sending streaks morning, sometimes afternoon and night. Streaks. But yeah, Snapchat. You have Pinterest. Do y'all use Pinterest anymore? I love Pinterest to this day, y'all. I know it's been around for a minute, but I love Pinterest because you're just going on there. It's just you and that phone. It's Pinterest. You have your boards. It's so relaxing. You could organize your boards on there. I love to organize too. I'm just creating my nice boards. It's like a nice creative girly when I'm on there. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people use Pinterest anymore. Then you have, what other? That's an Instagram already? TikTok. Oh, Lord, TikTok, guys. Anyways, all those social medias, guys. And I know for a lot of us, we go from different social media platforms to another, like back to back within like 5 minutes. And I feel as though it could kind of be a lot because you see too much of people's lives, or it's a lot of negativity on there, honestly. So although social media can be used for positive things and things that we enjoy, but there's also that downside to social media. But yeah, I recommend detoxing from social media, guys, at some point. You know, not saying, oh, you shouldn't use social media, but taking breaks is always, it's nice every now and then, you know? Yeah. But we talked about letting go of negativity, guys, whether it's from social media, whether it's from people that you have encountered or you talk to, guys. Sometimes it's just best to cut people off and let them know, because I personally would talk to God about it first, because you never know why God put that person in your life. But yeah, sometimes it's best to let folks go. And I'm talking big and tough and rough right now, but it's actually hard for me to cut people off because I worry about how people feel too much. Honestly, I don't want to hurt their feelings. And that goes back to boundaries. Like, I've always had that issue of that balance, where it's like that healthy balance, where it's like, okay, let me make sure I'm being respectful, this, that, and the third. And then also on the other side, it's like, I don't want to be, no, I need to make sure to be assertive, tell that person how I'm feeling, and possibly cut somebody off, you know? But I'm getting better with that, honestly, because I'm realizing that's costing me my mental health sometimes. So that's whipping me into shape real fast. Ultimately, y'all, and this is how I'm going to end it, ultimately, to find peace, I recommend so strongly to talk to God. That's where you're going to find your peace. That's where you're going to get your peace from, is from God. Pray to God. He wants to talk to you. Talk to him about what's going on. Tell him that you need peace. He'll give you peace, guys. I was just talking to my friend about this. I was saying that at nighttime, it's a good amount of the time, it's a struggle for me to fall asleep because I'm by myself and my mind is just racing and the lights are off and it's just like you close your eyes and it's like boom, thing after thing after thing after thing. And so I was telling her it's just too much going on. It's too much for me to handle. But it's like when I start talking to God and the Lord starts fighting off those demons for me and off those ideas that the devil has put into my mind, the Lord eventually gives me peace. And it's like, I've said this before, it's like the Lord is hugging my heart in a way. And that's how, I don't know, I feel his peace. I don't know how to explain it, y'all. But it's like I'm praying and I'm talking to him. And I said I don't know how to explain it, but I am explaining it. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I talk to God, tell him how I'm feeling, just, talking about anything really. And he gives me peace. And I end up falling asleep and waking up the next morning like, whoa, how did that happen? When did that happen? But yeah, guys, I recommend it. Talk to God. I'm telling y'all right now, he'll give you peace. There's a song by Kirk Franklin. How does it go? It's been on my mind lately, so you would think I would remember. Oh, it's like, I know that I can make it. I know that I can stand no matter what may come my way. My life is in your hands. Ooh, come on now. My life is in your hands. Like, that right there gives me so much peace. Like, think about all the negativity that occurs in life. But then when I become centered again and grounded again, I think, oh shoot, my life is in God's hands. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm solid. God is our firm foundation. So we're going to be straight. I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out with me and listening to my podcast. It means a lot to me. And I hope you guys got something from this. This is just my opinion on some things that I've gone through that I wanted to share with you guys. But I'll definitely see you guys next time for our 3rd episode already. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Spotify. Sometimes on Spotify I put up polls, so y'all can check that out. Give me ideas as to what y'all want to hear in the future. Oh yeah, Instagram, TikTok, the whole shebang. We already talked about this. But I'll chat with y'all later. Bye.